Did you know that studies are showing us that seniors are more and more becoming afraid of getting Alzheimer's than they are of dying? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. You know what? I can relate to that thing about being more afraid of Alzheimer's because I'm a senior citizen and I definitely can understand what they're talking about. That is why that after I retired from being a school teacher for almost 30 years, I went back to school to get my credentials for certification as a brain health specialist. And then after that, I created my Keep Your Brain Sharp program. Did you know that Alzheimer's is a growing epidemic? We know that it's an epidemic, but this epidemic is growing, and it's growing worldwide. So I'm not just talking about being an epidemic, I'm talking about being a growing epidemic, and I'm not just talking about here in the United States, I'm talking about worldwide, all around the globe, okay? In fact, there's a prediction that in the next 25 years, cases for dementia will more than double. You know, and I don't know if in 25 years I'm actually still going to be around, but here's my question. Will you be around? Will your kids be around? Will your grandkids be around? You know, because now they have a thing called early onset Alzheimer's. You know, it's kind of like early onset diabetes, where it's now appearing at younger and younger ages. So it's not unheard of now to have people with Alzheimer's in their 20s and 30s. In fact, if you are under 65 and you develop Alzheimer's, they call that early onset Alzheimer's. So it's going down, guys. Younger and younger ages. Okay. There's even new medication out, and I hear, well, it's about to come out, this new medication. They said in a few years they may have something that might actually work to help it. Hey, but here's my question. Will you be able to afford it? The things that are going on these days, that's a serious question. If they do get something in the next 5 or 10 years, will you even be able to afford it? So my point is, you can't depend on this magic pill. The best bet is still to control your lifestyle. Okay? Now, got 3 things that are challenging that interfere with lifestyle changes. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. A few days ago, I talked about, steps to brain health. I'm going to continue that and get a little bit more specific because lifestyle changes have been shown to be your best bet thus far. Okay, so first challenge. You don't know what you don't know. If you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do, And I'm not talking about listening to just anything, but you've got to hear what the best practices are, what the best results have been coming from. And I'm not talking about listening to what Cousin Bubba and them told you to do. I'm not talking about listening to TV commercials and internet ads. I'm talking about getting your information from a reputable source, a credible source, someone that has credentialing in that area, someone that has researched and been sat at the feet of researchers and scientists and teachers and been instructed on what to do. Credible sources, okay? So they can weed out all that misinformation that can be everywhere, and those cons and those deceptive devices. They can weed through that stuff a lot better than you can, all right? So you need to hook up with a credible source, and learn what those best practices are. Okay. Second challenge. It's kind of like in the Bible when they talk about the sower and the seed. Okay. there was a sower, and he sowed his seed, and they said when he sowed the seed, it fell in 3 different places. Okay, the first place was on or by the wayside. Okay, so hearing what you're supposed to do, what you're going to do with it after that. Is it going to fall by the wayside? And by that, I mean, are you going to hear it? Maybe tell some other people about it, have a little discussion, chit chat about it, whatever. And then never implement it. Nothing comes from having heard it. It just fell to the side. You hear it later on, oh yeah, I heard that. Oh yeah, I know that. But you never really started practicing that or implemented that. That's falling by the wayside. That's not doing you any good. Okay? That's one challenge. Or is it going to fall on stony places? And by that, I mean you hear it, okay, and you get motivated, and you get committed for a minute. You do it for a minute, and then you get distracted, or you get lazy, or you get lured into something else, and next thing you know, you're not doing that anymore. And then you hear people talk about what they used to do, what they know to do, what they need to get back to doing. That's falling on stony places, guys. That's not helping you either. Okay? Or do you want it to fall in good ground? Okay? Where it can produce fruit. Where you can have good results. Where it can be beneficial. As the Bible says, 30, 60, or 100-fold. Whatever little bit you do is better than not doing anything at all. So it's just a journey. You just keep working it and you produce fruit. Okay, so that is a real challenge with people. You hear about it all the time. You hear all kinds of things about what to do or whatever, but actually implementing it. Okay, and my third challenge is if you're doing it alone. It's sometimes hard to do things by yourself. You got good intentions, but if you're doing it by yourself and you don't have, any rah, you don't have any support or whatever, it's hard sometimes to keep continually doing things if you're the only person doing it. Okay, if you're doing it alone. All right. So, my husband and one of my sons always talking about me and say, Mom, everybody's not like you. Mom, everybody's not like you. And by that, they say that I'm a disciplined person. I'm more disciplined than they're accustomed to seeing other people, I guess. I know. And God has given us all talents. He's blessed us with talents, but they're not necessarily the same for everybody. That's why it's sometimes not good to try to do things alone. Like my husband, Oliver, is my go-to fix-it man. Anytime, if I have something that's not working right, I can't get it to work right, I don't know how to fix it, don't know how to put it together, whatever, I'll go to Oliver and I say, you got to help me with this. Can you fix this? Can you help me? And I would have been trying that thing for I don't know how long, and it's not working for me, and I take it to him, presto chango, there we go. He's fixed it for me. He's my go-to fix-it man. That's his talent. That's his skill. That's his God-given gift. He hears from God, and he fixes it. He takes care of it. Good man to have. Okay, so that's not me, but I have other things that I am good at. So we're all blessed with different things. And so to try to do something alone and not take advantage of the talents and skills of other people, you're doing yourself an injustice a lot of times. All right. Now, I am a certified brain health specialist. Okay, I'm a brain health coach. I have been certified, trained, sat under the feet of well-known people and learned and gleaned from them. So I am a certified brain health specialist, and I am also a retired mentor teacher. Okay, by mentor teacher, that's when they pay you to help other teachers become better teachers. Okay, so I've been paid to help people get better at teaching. So what that means is I know what to teach regarding brain health, and I know how to teach it. And what I would love to do is to help as many people as I can in that area, because like I said, this dementia thing, this Alzheimer's thing is a growing epidemic. Okay, so that's what I want to do. I have created a 5-step program. With my Keep My Brain Sharp program, it has 5 steps, what I call the 5 keys to brain health. All right, and I made up an acronym to help me and you remember what those are, and it is needs, NEEDS, and I say it's what every brain needs. It's the lifestyle you need to have for your brain to function as best as it can. Okay, so we're talking about nutrition, exercise, engagement, de-stress, and sleep. Okay, then I went and I created what I call the Partners Club. And the Partners Club is an ongoing program that you can join, where I present to you practical options in all of those areas that have been proven to give you a better brain, to help your brain function better and function for a longer period of time than it might otherwise do. Okay, so what we do in that program is we work on those things and I support you. Okay, in my Partners Club, I try to take care of those 3 challenges that I talked about. Number 1, I provide you with the information, teach you or remind you of things that you should be doing on a regular basis. Okay, I help you cultivate those things so that you're not just a hearer, you become a doer of those things that you have learned or heard about. Okay, so I help you cultivate those things. All right, and then I am a cheerleader for you, because everybody does things better if they have someone cheering them on, if they have someone supporting them. And did I tell you that back in the day I was a cheerleader? Okay, I was a cheerleader, so I know a little bit about that too. All right, so I got you there in all those areas. Okay, and that's what the Partner Club is about, is to help you with those challenges that you're going to face if you're trying to do things all by yourself. So if you are interested in the Partners Club, I've left the link there for you, because the Partner Club is affordable, extremely affordable. It is accessible, and it will help support you in being accountable. All right, so if you're interested in that, click the link, go and check it out and see if that's something that you may be interested in, because your brain's destiny is in your hands.